Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites here to prophesy the downfall of America, also known as Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. Okay, and today we wanted to get into a topic regarding how the Israelites, specifically the elect of the nation of Israel, are not of this world. We're not of this age. We're not of this ecosystem that's set up in America. Okay, we're of a world to come. All right, so we ought to fight for that kingdom that's to come that Yahushua is going to bring forth. You got that, brother?
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and verse 14. Unto which he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle.
Let me see here. Yeah, read that again, Baba. Read that again.
All right, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 14. It says, unto which he called you by our gospel.
No, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 14. Whereunto we are taught by our gospel by attaining of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Okay. Go ahead. You good. Yeah, that sounds good.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 14. It says, unto which he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Go ahead.
Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle.
Okay, Khan. So that tradition, that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we've been given through the men of the Lord, we ought to stand fast in that. Okay, and we're going to get catch a lot of flack by the people that's in this world due to the fact that they think contrary to to those traditions. Okay, and that's the true teachings of the Bible, man. You know, let me see here. Keep going, bro. Just read the rest of the chapter.
Okay. It says, now our Lord Yahushua Mashiach himself and the Most High, even our Father, who hath loved us and hath given us everlasting consolation and good hope through grace, comfort your hearts and establish you in every good work and word and work.
Okay, Khan. So we're supposed to comfort ourselves in the love of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Now that wasn't the scripture that I intended to bring out since Lakia. We're gonna get that in John chapter 2. 1 John, I'm sorry, chapter 2.
This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Khan. So you can see a lot of the entertainment, a lot of this, and the vast majority of treasures that's coming into this world. Okay, they're all about glorifying it. They're all about raising it up. They're all about making it look like it's the biggest thing in existence. Okay, but the biggest thing that truly is out there, man, is this word, is the knowledge of this word. Okay, because through that word, the Israelites, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are going to get the understanding of the Heavenly Father. Okay, and so we're out here to tell our people, look, you're Israelites, you need to wake up. Okay, because ultimately, we're not supposed to be dwelling in this world and loving this world. Okay. Now, if you know where that's at, where no man, I think that's 2 Timothy. I think that might be 2 Timothy 2 and 14. Is there more than that? Go ahead.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So if you want to deem the things that's in this world, like I said for your car or your house or your child, okay, or traveling, or just chilling, more than this truth, man. If you value those things more than this truth, more than these scriptures, can you read that again? What the second part said?
It says, if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
The love of the Father is not in him, man. Okay, and through that love of the Father, we'll be able to have that charity that's necessary. Because yeah, we have to have faith, but charity is really supersedes all of that, man. Okay, it talks about that in John chapter 15, I believe, the 15th chapter. You got that in 2 Timothy? It's all good. No, it's all good. Is there more than that?
Verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Right, so the lust of the eyes. You know, you go on Instagram or you'll go on YouTube and you see all of these music videos of our people, you know, flashing with the jewelry and then with the watches, okay? And then you'll think that that's what the type of person that you want to be, because that person's on TV. He has the fame that everybody wants. He has all the women that everybody wants. He has the cars. He has the clothes. He's got a certain type of swag about him that everybody likes. Well, guess what that man had to do in order to receive those things? He had to sell his soul to the devil, man. You see?
I can make a point too. You mentioned these TV shows. You know, you see a lot of that on TV, especially like these reality shows. You know, you got all these people wanting to be, like you said, you know, the best at something. You know, they have these competitions. You know, whether it be singing and dancing, or you know, they got cooking shows. You know, someone focused on being the best chef, or owning a restaurant somewhere or something. You know? They even got that show American Idol. You know, right in the title of the show. You find wicked idol worship.
Yeah, an idol is a false god, and that's the first commandment of the Heavenly Father, man. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You see, and these people worship these celebrities who have been exalted by Satan. Okay, now we're going to go to the scripture that we intended to bring out.
Yeah, man, that's one of the biggest things also is Instagram and YouTube. The way to do it allows you to promote yourself. If you're willing to go out there and get it, and if you love yourself enough to want to put yourself on a pedestal, they allow you the opportunity to do that. You know, they allow you the opportunity to be your own celebrity, get your own followers, do your own performing, whatever you do. You know, so Esau has made the way to now. You ain't even got to worry about this celebrity. You can be your own damn celebrity. You know, even if you got 5 followers, if you think you the shit, you gonna post and have 5 followers, and you gonna be out there looking at the damn food, man. But he gives you the opportunity to put yourself up on the pedestal now. You know, that's one of the biggest things of church Satan, self-worship, man. That's why you got people are so into birthdays too. You know, when it's their birthday, they can go out for the whole week, tell everybody it's their birthday, it's my day, come celebrate me, come worship me, come, you know, come put me on the pedestal because it's my so-called day. But that's all about worshiping Satan, man. Worship be the Satan, you know?
That's right.
Hey, but if I may add, you know, people glorify themselves in birthdays. It says in Jeremiah 20:14, "Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day where my mother bare me be blessed." Now we know that that's basically a result of us entering into this wicked society. So that's why we really wish that we would rather be in the spirit world, man. You know, when you come into this wicked world, you have no choice but to live your life out, you know, and be subject to vanity. So that's why, you know, that day, you know, is not supposed to be a day that's held in high regard. Now, does that mean that, you know, if somebody tells you happy birthday, you know what I'm saying, and they in the world, just curse them out, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, just, you know, go with the spirit, you know, live peaceably with all men. But we know that that's not a day to be exalted, you know?
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 6. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Done. Yeah. So folly mean all of these things that are exalted in this world, partying, okay, getting drunk, committing adultery, okay, doing drugs, Instagram, you know, robbing your you know, your classmate, okay, you know what I'm saying, lying to your parents and lying to every damn body, man. That is set up as something that's glorified, man, in this place. Okay, if you do that, because that's all these rap songs talk about. You know what I'm saying? Lying, stealing, adultery. You know what I'm saying? Written all these things to make your lifestyle look so lavish, but inside, man, you're really empty, man. Apostle Gabar went into how that word fame goes back to famine, which is the root word of famished. Okay, and famished means you hungry, empty, man. These people are empty vessels. They're just walking around wanting to be glorified because they don't understand this truth. They don't have this knowledge. You see, they're dry bones.
Right at one point, that's why when they're not famous anymore, Satan done with them. They in the worst state they are when they first started, man. They end up on drugs, hella debt, bankrupt, committing suicide, strung out, dying from all this stuff. Because why? No one cares about it anymore. So, don't nobody be recognizing their ass in the airport and shit. They look as a regular person. That messes them up, man. Why? Because they went to, man. They were a thing, man. They're hungry. They're starving for that attention. They need that. They live for that praise and that love, man. And hey, that's all vain love at the end of the day. But you see, when you're done, you ain't got no more bread. Don't nobody want to fuck with you no more.
That's right.
You look at as a loser. The women don't want you. The men don't want to kick with you. Don't nobody want you around. That's all empty vain love, man. That's why the love of this truth is what fulfills us, man. That's why we can scripture all as a comfort. Because we don't have to worry about all that, man. Both sides going to give us that anyway. If you seek the kingdom. All those things will be added us. If you want to be the man, the both sides going to give this man praise. Because they were being cheated on here for the word's sake, man. So you're going to get that in the kingdom,
That's right.
Actually, I have one more. If I get over one more. They kind of 1 John 2:17, it says, "And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever."
Right, man. So all of those things that you desire to have on this planet, man, in this world, they're going to pass away. They're going to be blown out like a birthday candle, man. Your birthday, oh, it's my birthday. And people try to make it stretch, oh, it's my birthday weekend, oh, it's my birthday week. They don't want that birthday to end, but it's going to end, man. And when it ends, it's over with, Especially this man's kingdom, man, after he falls, there's not going to be any other remembrance of Esau in the earth, man. It talks about that in Lamentations, the 4th chapter, okay? So we don't have to worry about being in captivity after this captivity because we see this man's infrastructure crumbling, man. And when the earth gets hit by these, America specifically gets hit by thermonuclear missiles, man, there's not going to be any ability to rebuild that kingdom that Esau set up. Okay, because immediately afterwards, Yahushua is going to set up his kingdom.
That's right.
You see?
This is 2 Timothy chapter 4. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, "No man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of this life."
Right. So we're continually striving to cast off the flesh. We're continually striving to fight against these demons that are trying to attack our families. They're trying to attack our minds. We see that our people have demons on them because if you go to Warstar Hip Hop, there's a new video every day about some type of crackhead being looked at crazy or some type of police brutality. Okay, there's plenty of examples of how our people are set in a low estate. You see, like the brother said, Father is set in great dignity. Okay. And the other part of that verse goes into how we're set in a low estate. Okay?
It says, let me start over at the top. It says, "No man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier."
Right. So if we want to please the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua that chose us to be a soldier, okay, we have to do what? We have to stay focused on the task at hand. All right. When you're at war, you're not on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? Going and flanking your enemy, but running up the steps trying to get yourself in position, and then you check your Facebook and make a Facebook post like, "Look, I'm at the battle," or you don't go call your auntie and wish her happy anniversary. You focus on the task at hand. You see, and that's one thing that is tough for Jake to let go of because there's so many things in the world that were esteemed as something that was valuable. You see, they were esteemed as something that was worthy to hold on to. But in reality, man, nothing in this world is valuable aside from this truth, this knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Matter of fact,
right.
That's in Proverbs. But is there more on that? I'm gonna find it right there. Go ahead, bro.
It says, "If a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully." Saying pretty much if a man strive for mastery, but he is not crowned, Yet it says, it's like it says, except he strive lawfully, you know, in a manner of respect and he have character about himself, you know, lawfully, of course, under the laws of the commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. But if he strive lawfully with dignity and character, he's not doing it maliciously, but he's doing it the way that it's intended to be. We're talking about war, you know, a man that wars, you know. It's a way to do everything, you know.
Yeah. If I may add to that, you know, our people are focused on warring for something that is corruptible, man, for something that's going to go away. But we aim for an incorruptible crown, okay, an immortal rulership, okay, because all of these things, like we said earlier, they're gonna fade away, all right. But if you strive lawfully for the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai, then He's going to reward you openly, and you're going to receive that present, for lack of a better word, in righteousness, versus selling your soul to the devil for a short to get some pleasure and riches for a short season. Man. You see?
1 Timothy 1:18. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience, which some having put away, concerning faith have made shipwreck.
God. Hey, can you read that first verse?
1 Timothy 1:18. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare.
Right. So by the prophecies, by the understanding of books, okay, by the hearing of the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, we're gonna continue in the things that we're taught, and through the Spirit we started off on a so-called, you know, unexpected scripture, but 2 Thessalonians 2:14 talks about that, continuing in that doctrine and in that tradition that the apostles and elders have passed on from Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, what was the second thing?
Yeah, okay. I'll read verse 19 and 20. It says, holding faith and a good conscience, which some having put away, concerning faith, have made shipwreck.
God. So holding that faith, man, holding on to that salvation, that if you let go, man, hey, that's shipwreck. Hey, if a brother can get that word shipwreck, because I feel like that's going to be a good word, because when you are on a voyage, right, you on a conquest, okay, and you say for example Columbus, okay, Christopher Columbus, he's trying to get to America, and he's shipwrecked in the middle of the ocean, man. He's through. A shark gonna get him, or he gonna freeze by hypothermia, or he gonna drown, or he gonna die of starvation. He's done, man. When you shipwreck, it's over with, But we're going on that journey to reach the promised land, so to speak, man. You see?
I'm gonna read verse 20. It says, "Of whom is Hymenaeus and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme."
Gone. So there's going to be men that the spiritual men that have been chosen to delegate which men receive certain type of judgments. There's certain men that receive a condemnation, and it might seem harsh or might seem like this or like that, but you have to realize that the spirit of judgment is going out, man. And so anybody who's teaching a damnable heresy, okay, or a contrary doctrine, I think Galatians chapter 1 talks about that. Okay, if that goes out, man, then you gotta cast that off. You gotta cut that off before that infectious disease becomes spreads out throughout the entire body. You see?
And that word shipwreck in the Greek means something.
Okay.
It's going into, it goes into faith. If you cast off this faith, and you cast off the first love and this understanding, like some men have once did, that this journey that you've been in, you're going to become shipwrecked, man. Whereas your faith, it wavers, and once the waves come and hit against the ship, you get scared, the ship like break. You could be floating on a little plank of wood, and you just completely give up, man. But that doesn't mean that you necessarily stop fighting.
That's right.
You gotta keep pressing forward, man. You can't have your conscience weigh you down, man. You can't let your conscience waver your faith, man. Because at the end of the day, We've all did some messed up things, you know. But it all goes back to faith in all of us now shines. Okay.
I had a quick precept in Mark. Mark
I think
8 and 30. I'll just get the point.
Okay, you don't
8
need
and
it.
36.
Okay, you got it.
It says, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?"
Right, man. Gaining all the riches, and then we can probably look at that. Gaining all the riches of this world, gaining all the attention and all the things that you hold, that you think you want.
I
The things
guess
that
just
you think
plug it
you
up
want,
now
man,
so it
can
don't
turn
go.
out to be the things that the Most High keeping you away from on purpose. Okay, because those things could be your downfall concerning the things in the flesh. All right, because what really needs to be cherished and sought after is this word, man. We're gonna get that in Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 11. "For wisdom is better than rubies."
You see that? Wisdom is better than rubies. The wisdom of what? Of these scriptures, man.
That's right.
You see? Go ahead.
And all the things that may be desired are not compared to it.
Right. So anything that you think that you want, you know, like I said, a new Bentley, you know what I'm saying? Jake, man, you know, you give Jake one wish, I wish for $1 million. He ain't gonna wish for his people to not be drug addicts no more. He ain't gonna wish for the so-called white man to not continue to oppress our people. He wouldn't wish for any of those things. He gonna wish for some money, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's like he'll probably use that money to commit more wickedness.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, so that's why you know this whole infrastructure that's been set up, man, it has to be torn down. The whole thing, starting from the roots have to get plucked up, okay? And a new kingdom has to be established, man. And that's only going to be done by the men that you see out pushing this word in sincerity and truth, continuing in those things that they've been taught, okay? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's right.
All right.
Somebody get Jeremiah 1 and 10. You mentioned being plucked up and rooted up, right?
Done, yeah.
Right here. Jeremiah 1 and 10.
I'll read this while he's getting it. It says, "I wisdom dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions."
Right, man. So all of these secret things that Esau has behind his sleeve, under his sleeve, all of those little things that he tries to hide behind doors. Okay, all of these child pedophile rings, and all of these different diseases that Esau puts in the earth, puts in your vaccines, and makes you think that vaccines are the way to go. Those things are going to be, wisdom is going to reveal those things, man. Okay, the spirit of knowledge and truth is going to reveal those things. Like I said again, the Most High revealed this secrets into the servants and prophets. Right. So there's going to be specific men that know things that Esau don't want us to know. You know, which is why you see him every day. He'll flag a video or take down videos. You know, or he'll try to condense the information. You know, like for example, was the hurricane Irma that hit Puerto Rico?
Marie.
I think it was one of the hurricanes. Yeah, one of the hurricanes that hit Puerto Rico last year. You know, Esau basically underreported the story, and he lied about the amount of people that were actually killed due to the fact of that natural disaster, man. You know, and so he just likes to hide things and condense information, just simply to make those things that he thinks are important at the forefront. You got something?
I was just gonna say, man, so-called white man, Esau, he spent billions of dollars trying to cover up this true knowledge that we found out, and we're the children of Israel, man. He spent a lot of money, and you know what? The spirit of prudence found that out, man, and he revealed it to his prophets.
God, brother. You got that, Jeremiah?
This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and 10. See, I have this day set over, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
God. So the Most High set up Jeremiah, who was what? A prophet, to build up and tear down and to plant, okay, and to pull up kingdoms and nations, man. Okay. Now it was ultimately the word of the Lord that did those things, But the Lord used the prophet Jeremiah to do that. And that's what we're doing to this day. Okay, we're speaking the downfall of America because we truly disdain the way that this place is ruled, man. Because, hey, brother, get Job 9:24, milk scriptures. You know, if a brother, if you don't think that America is set up in a wicked society and set up in a wicked way, there's something wrong with you, man. If you don't look at America and ask yourself, you know, why is it that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and African Americans have such a hard time, you know, paying their bills, and these Edomites, even though they may, you know, go to the same grocery, well, really not the top ones, but even though certain nations, they go to the same grocery store, live in the same city, same metroplex, how come their life is just so much more easier, man? You know, these people aren't as spiritually advanced as us. They're not physically as advanced. They're not mentally as smart, as sharp as us, man. You know, we are the ones who actually bring color to the earth. Okay, he just brings the shade. He brings the darkness, man. He brings the pain. Okay, he brings the suffering to the earth. Okay, but we're the ones who, through the Spirit, you know, are the ones that are meant to bring life. The entire nation of Israel is supposed to be a light, okay, unto these other nations, to show them which way, how the earth is to be ran, man. I think it talks about that in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. You know, if I'm not mistaken. Is there more than that? Okay. What you got, bro?
Job 9:24.
No, it's milk, brothers. Hey, also too, now if I can say this, we have to continue pushing the word until the elect get all the way to the point where they're ready for Yahweh to come back. We may know a specific scripture and bring it out multiple times, okay, but repetition is the key. Well, I'll say this: practice makes perfect, man. All right. The more that you drill something into your head, the more you can remember it in a time of in a stressful time, you know, because you can pay attention in class on when it ain't no pressure and the test is 2 weeks from now, and then when the test is there, you like, damn, I should know this. Like, it was easy. I learned it, but I didn't repeat it. I didn't continue to practice those things, you know, in my downtime. So now, you know, I'm drawing a blank. That's why it's important to continue to read as well. But you got that, man.
Job 9:24 says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?"
Yeah, man. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. Okay? The entire earth is given unto the hand of the so-called white man. It doesn't matter if you have a group running the world in China, okay, and a Hamite running that country in that specific little country. Esau already controls what these other nations think, how they buy and sell. He controls all of the ins and outs of their economy, okay, and he's done that by way of the sword. He's conquered, and like I said, if he hasn't conquered it, he's conquering. He's currently going to war with those nations, any nation that bucks up against him, man, which is why he's going to bring destruction upon himself. You see? Right. And so we have to separate ourselves from this entire system, this entire matrix, if you will, that Esau has set up, so that we don't get caught up in that. All right? Because you, a simple, nigga that, you went to high school with will just say, oh man, I just want to be successful. And that sounds great. His mom agrees, you know what I'm saying? He go to college and he want to, he just want to make the world better. He might even say, oh, I want to wake our people up. But if you ain't preaching your how about she got shot, you ain't really doing nothing, man. That's right.
Why would you want to make this world better? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Jake thinks that this place can be his, but it can't. It's an incurable, it's a venereal disease, as they say, an incurable disease. All right.
If I can bring this out, go ahead. The Jake that was at the Donald Trump rally and got punched in the face, just walking up the bleachers, he forgave the Edomite, man. Just because the Edomite cried in the courtroom, he gave the Edomite a hug and everything, shook his hand and forgave him, And he was like, I don't see why people were saying stuff like I should punch him back, get my lick back. you know, but had that been another brother, man, he would have been ready to kill him, man. You know, but when it's the so-called white man, Jake got compassion for him. Jake got hella patience for the so-called white man. You know, one more thing while you looking through the scriptures, brother. I was looking at the movie Straight Outta Compton, man, and the whole movie, Jake was fighting Jake. The whole movie, all alone, the so-called white man was fucking over Jake. Whether it would be with police brutality or with the production company just screwing Jake over, or you know, the police had a problem with Ice Cube rapping about killing police or having a problem with police, but he didn't have a problem with him rapping about killing another nigga.
That's right.
You know, and that's what today, man. Jake can talk about killing brothers, killing their own family members and everything, but they can't talk about getting vengeance for what all the so-called white men have done, you know?
Hey, but just to show you that they in the wrong spirit, we're going to get this in Isaiah 63. Yeah, 63 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 63 says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength."
Right, Esau, the so-called white man, because Edom is Esau is Edom, man. It talks about that in Genesis. Okay, so anytime the Bible mentions Edom, we know that that's Esau. All right, the so-called white man. So the Most High is saying, who is this vagabond that's coming from the land of Edom? You know, walking around in his pride, like Lamech. You know, Lamech was proud as hell. You know, thinking that he could just kill anybody and get away with it. But we're gonna see what Esau's recompense is gonna be. Go ahead.
I that speak in righteousness mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
Right, man. I that speak of in righteousness am mighty to save. Salvation is gonna come through Esau's fall. Okay, Yahushua is gonna save the Israelites. That's what his name means. He is deliverer. He is the Savior. Okay? And the Most High's garments, or Yahushua's garments, is going to be rolled in the blood of his enemies. He talks about that in the next verse.
I have trod in the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
Right. I have trodden the winepress alone. Yahushua is going to be really the only power that the Most High is going to use to oversee the destruction of Esau, man. Because the angels are going to be participants as well, but there's not going to be Yahushua and Martin Luther King, or Yahushua and some other person who said, because the scriptures say that there's going to be many antichrists. So our people are going to look to many other deities and powers to basically say, okay, yeah, this is the guy that's going to save us. Oh no, he wasn't the one. Well, he's the guy. It's Yahushua, man.
Right.
You see, he's trying to tell you, look, I'm the only one. Okay, go ahead.
For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury.
Who is that talking about? The Edomites. You see? Go ahead.
Their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
Why? Why is the Most High going to send his son Yahushua to trample and stain his garments in the blood of Edomites? Because of what they did to our people. Can somebody get a slavery sign or something so we can see what these Edomites did to our people, man? Okay? Because we never did this to them. We never had Edomites on slave ships and put them to work for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? And continually buck breaking them and breaking down their families systematically. Because it's one thing, man, to have people in physical subjection, but to have them in mental subjection is even worse. You see? And that's the condition that our people are still in to this day. And that's how we know those are signs that we are the true Hebrews. Because we are a spiritually broken people as a nation. Okay? We can't come together for anything, even though that's all they say. We need to come together. We need to come together. Okay? But our people can't agree for nothing, man. You see? And that's due to the influence of the so-called white man over the course of hundreds of years, man. Okay? All right, go ahead, read verse 4.
For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
Right, so when we say, okay, we're going to have you so-called white people in slavery, we say that you Edomites, you're going into captivity, and you get shocked and you get offended. Well, when you said, hey, y'all are going into slavery for hundreds of years, y'all going to pick cotton field, we're going to break down the way that your language, you can't speak your language no more. If you do, we're going to kill you. All right? You can only speak 2 or 3 sermons out of the Bible. If you speak anything else, we're going to kill you. Okay? You can't have any land, okay, You can't have any dominion. You can't have any rulership. If you do, we're gonna kill you. Our people took that, man. That actually happened. That's real life reality, not a dream, reality. Okay? And so this destruction and vengeance that the Most High is gonna get upon these Edomites for touching the apple of his eye is gonna be a reality, man. It's not something that's far-fetched. The Most High is a balanced power. Is there anyone that?
If I make more, maybe make a point, that in the eyes of the Most High, that didn't happen a long time ago. You know, because the scriptures say, a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years. And that's 1,000 years is one day. So, you know, you're talking only, what, a few hundred years ago? You know?
That's right.
Maybe 8 hours ago? In the eyes of the Most High? Give or take? It says, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold.
Done. So the year of my redeemed is come, man. All right, that year, now it might not be 2018 in particular, okay, but that time, we are in those times.
Right.
Okay, we are in those times where Yahushua is going to come back. Why? Because we know that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Like I said, it's here according to biblical prophecy. All right, which before time it was not something that was revealed unto us. It was not something that was made manifest. Okay, so now that it is made manifest, we know that we're in those times. Also, we know that according to all of these wars that are and rumors of wars that are in the news every single day. All of these not plagues, but all of these volcanoes erupting and hurricanes coming, all these natural disasters. Okay, I believe there's a volcanic eruption somewhere in South America right now that's decimating the people, man. Okay, is it in Peru? Okay, Guatemala. Thank you, Tawada. Yeah, it's in Guatemala, man. You know, and that's Israelites there, the northern tribe, man. Okay, so like I said, we shouldn't be attached to this world, brothers. Just because your block or your city, you know, may be so-called quiet, man. All around the world, there's some level form of chaos, man, and it's only going to continually increase. Right. All right, back to the root of the topic. Go ahead, get that room.
This is Romans chapter 8:4. It says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
God, so we're supposed to walk after the Spirit, man. Okay, because if you continue to walk after the flesh, you're never gonna figure it out. Okay, we was walking after the flesh all our lives, and we didn't have a clue. Everything that we thought we knew, we thought we was deep, we thought we was this and that. Oh yeah, Colossians 3:10 too. I mean 3:5 through 10. We never got that. But you know, everything that we thought that we knew, man, like I said, was a lie. As I said, everything I know is a lie, and they be bugging out. You know, well, you come into the knowledge that it's true, you find out, okay, you gotta unlearn everything that you thought you knew. You know what I'm saying? Throw that in a trash can and be born again, and desire the sincere milk. Okay, which is the best part of these scriptures, man. Okay, but it's just the root, it's the simplicity, it's the foundation of and that everything of so-called being deep stems from. You see? Is there more? Yeah.
It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
Right, man. So those people that live after the flesh, okay, can't get over letting certain things go. Okay, they're pretty much engulfed in their lives, man, in their carnality, which is imprisonment. Okay, because like I said, you made subject unto vanity when you are living according to the flesh, but when you're living according to the Spirit, you have access to all different types of possibilities. Okay, everybody wants, like I said, be spiritual and all that. Well, hey, you gotta live according to these laws, statutes, and commandments, and have the knowledge and understanding of how to spiritually apply them. Right. Okay, because our people had the shield, okay, of Yahweh, okay, but not according to knowledge. They didn't understand. Certain of our people didn't understand that the Lord, that Yahushua was the only begotten Son of the Most High, man. A lot of our people, man, they ended up waking up after the fact, after they saw the miracles that those who believed in that name of Yahushua, they saw that those miracles, that those that believed in the name of Yahushua, they saw what they did. They saw the miracles that they performed, and they said, "Wow, okay, maybe this is the right way to go." I've never seen anything in this fashion. There's plenty of examples of when Yahushua did miracles and the people were in awe. You see? plenty of examples, but we're gonna get that in Colossians 3 and 5. Oh, okay, go ahead.
It's Romans 8:6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Right, man. So you're gonna be dead while you're walking around. You're gonna be a walking spiritual skeleton. All right, that's what Ezekiel the 37th chapter goes into. It goes into the valley of dry bones. Our people's heart are beating, but they're spiritually dead because there's the love and the light of Yahweh Bashim Shai is not in them. They're walking in darkness. They're walking contrary to the ways of the Most High, which is what ultimately causes them to die anyway. Because the reaping of sin is what? Transgression of the law. Who does the law come from? The word of the Most High. You see? So when you're not walking according to that, man, you actually dying continually. You see? You're making you losing your life as you continue on in your wickedness.
Right.
That's why Esau, he can't even last a couple decades without getting several heart transplants, man. You know? Some more.
It says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be.
Right. So a carnal mind is enmity. That means you got beef with the Most High, man. If you can't get right, all right, if you hear this word and you reject it, or it don't sit right with you, you know, I agree with some things, but with that rape doctrine that you guys talk about, you know, I ain't with that. When it's not a doctrine, man, it's all part of the scriptures. Okay? So if you don't agree with the entire thing, then that's on you.
Right.
You see? Go ahead, bro.
Scriptures say, man, he that despises the word shall be destroyed, man. Okay, so you got a problem with what's in the scripture. Hey, man, you got a problem with the Most High, bro.
Right.
Hey, and if you got a problem with the Most High, man, hey, can't nobody save you, man. Because you can't even save
right.
yourself from dying, man. You can't even go a week without food. So you gonna buck up against the Lord? Hey, that's your. Hey, if you wanna be a daredevil, man, be my guest. And we're gonna see a lot of people, man, because we can continually tell these people, man. Because it'd be different if, you know, they hear the word and then they go out and they start preaching the word. You know what I'm saying? But they heard the word and they buck up against it. You know, that shows that they're not with the Most High at all. You know, they're not with the words that's in these scriptures. But they'll go to church and listen to the pastor. You know, feed them all type of spiritual badness when he ain't bringing out no scriptures. You know, or he'll bring out one scripture in an NIV. You know what I'm saying? And then break it down completely wrong, man. Okay, by telling you there's nothing but prosperity. Okay, peace. When there is no peace, man. Okay, go ahead, Baba Kushak.
This is Colossians 3, verse 5. It says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth.
Right, mortify means to kill or cut off. Okay, your members mean your physical members. Now, does that mean cut your hands off, and cut your legs, and cut your head off, or does that mean, or does that mean put off the desires that your flesh has to basically stay in the world? Okay, the pleasures, because we brought it out earlier. We're talking about the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life. Those are the things that the flesh desires. Okay, but the spirit and the flesh are contrary one to another. Okay, so you have to kill one in order to make the other strong. You see, you can't have a strong flesh and a strong spirit. Okay, you can't have a weak flesh and a weak spirit, because when you fast, your spirit gets stronger. You can't help it, but it won't help. It doesn't. You can't help but become more spiritual because you're not thinking about carnal things when you fasting and when you're praying.
That's right.
You see, because all your mind can think about is things that's outside of what is right there in front of you. Think about things ahead, and that's what differentiates a spiritual man from a carnal man. Go ahead, read that.
Fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. Verse. Read that again. I'll just start over. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth: fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
Right, man. So all the things that this society pushes as things that are desirable are the things that we really should be casting it away. Okay? Casting it away like a mistress cloth, as Isaiah says. Okay? Because it's filthiness, man. All right? And it does no good for the soul. It does no good for our people. Go ahead.
It says, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience.
You know, and that's the reason why a lot of our people are destroyed, man, because they go in according to the ways of the flesh. Okay? That's gonna bring you death, man. You can wait, man. You can wait another minute, okay? Before your food. So that your food can cool off to eat it, man. You don't have to have it right now. That's how Esau's mentality is, okay? You can wait a little longer for righteousness to come through, for Yahushua to come back, so that we can have all the things that we want on this side. That we really want on this side, but it's in wickedness. And this in the world to come is going to be in righteousness. That's why I said we're not of this world, man. Okay, because they're not. This doesn't suffice for us, man. We can't settle for this, because this is truly you gotta bring yourself to a certain low level to really accept this as something that you're okay with, man. But you know that all about, even if you had everything in the flesh that you think you want, man, our people are still destroyed. Esau, the so-called white man, you still gotta go walk past that dude, man. And in his mind, he's thinking of you as a piece of crap, man. Okay, that's because he's prideful. We know that we are the greatest people on the earth. So why would we have to settle for something like that, man? You see, that's why we want to wake our people up and let them know that they're the Israelites. You are a person. You're a person that's above all of these other nations. You see, if this word resonates with you, if Yahweh Shem Yahshua resonates with you, that name and this truth resonates with you, man, then you may very well be an Israelite. Okay. Go ahead. What verse? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in this.
Right. When we lived in this in the flesh, we were walking away. We were walking according to the ways of death. Go ahead.
Verse 8, but now you also put off all these.
But now we've been putting off all this crap. Okay, putting off the pork, putting off the idolatry. Okay, we're putting off the cigarettes, the Christianity. All right, all those things that Satan calls for every once in a while for you to come back unto, even once you come into this knowledge, we strive to push that off, man.
That's right.
We rebuke Satan in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
That's right.
See, so that those things cannot cleave unto us and prohibit us from our salvation. Go ahead.
But now you also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth.
Right. So now that we come into the truth, we put off anger, man. Being a hothead, always wanting to fight and be the dude that looks like he always, is the dude nobody can mess with. What's the next one after anger?
Wrath.
Wrath. You know what I'm saying? Basically, having your will on somebody, being a quarrelsome type of dude. Put that off. Go ahead.
Malice.
Malice. Another word for anger. Go ahead.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. You see, Jacob's quick to put himself under an oath. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, I swear, man, on my mama, this and that, man. That's that. And even on a harder, on a more extreme level, they'll say, on God, which is really even worse, because what's that? That's like the fourth commandment. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Third, not the water. You're on point, brother. That's one of the 10 commandments. You see? So we're not supposed to blaspheme the name of the Lord, man. Okay, go ahead.
Filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge.
Right, man.
After the image of him that created him.
Right, which is Yahushua. Yahushua is the one that created us. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is the one that created us. Right. So we're supposed to put off that old man, which is the old nigga that is going to lead to death if you keep walking in that way, and you become a Hebrew Israelite. You become baptized, and you gain that. You remember that knowledge that you once knew, and you act it out. You see, and by doing that, man, your faith continues to grow. Okay, and you start living your life according to the scriptures. That's when your life starts changing. You got that, bro? You had a precept or something?
Oh yeah, I got a precept. This is Job 28:28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
Yeah, man. So if you truly want wisdom, you gotta depart from that evil, man. All right, and it's not the easiest thing to do. Now you cut off a lot of stuff at first, but you gotta continue working at it. What you got? Like, you know, get First Peter, and then get First John 4 and 5. Yeah, man. Yeah, putting off that evil way, man. You know, because this flesh is naturally it entices you to do evil. You know. You gotta, like I said, you gotta resist it. You gotta resist that, man.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and 1. It says, "For as much then as Mashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind."
Right. So we're supposed to continue in that mind. We really should be praying for the mind of Yahushua. Okay, because he's the perfect example of a spiritual man. All right. We're supposed to walk our lives according to that way. You see? Go ahead.
It says, "Arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin."
Right. Because Yahushua, he sacrificed himself, and now look at the estate that he is in. He's in a highly exalted and glorified state. You see? That's this type of state that we hope to be in. Go ahead.
It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High.
Right, because it's a draining thing to live in this world, man. Okay, we want to live according to the ways of the Most High. Okay, we want to live like Yahushua is living, man, right now. Okay, which is in the spiritual world, with full knowledge and understanding. Go ahead.
It says, "For the time past of our life, may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walk in lasciviousness."
Right. We just read that in Colossians chapter 3. In time past, we was walking in the flesh. Okay, according to lasciviousness, according to niggerisms, man. Okay, to black culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Flexing on the gram, you know, scheming on your family. You know what I'm saying? Selling drugs to your people, man. Man, are y'all dudes still doing that, man? And you don't think that that's making this situation worse? But you so damn selfish, you just want you living according to the flesh.
Right.
But that way is going to continue to perpetuate death. Go ahead.
It says, "Lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revealings." I'm gonna go back. It says, "Lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revealings,
Revilings. Yeah, going back and forth. Disputations. Go ahead.
It says, "banquetings,
Banqueting. You know, partying. Go ahead.
and abominable idolatry."
Yeah, man. Because hey, if you go back in the ancient world, man, you know, you had a whole bunch of different pagan feasts that our people were taking part in, and those things haven't gone away. Okay, because Esau was ruling back then in the Grecian Empire and in the Roman Empire. He's ruling now in the Babylon the Great. Okay, he's the one that's holding these Pizzagate parties. Okay, that's holding these like when a celebrity gets broke in per se. He's holding these types of parties, man. Okay, these people that are in the Roman Catholic Church, man, they having all these orgies and all this mess, man. Okay, it's something that's publicly known. This isn't a secret anymore. You see? Go ahead.
God says, "In which they think it strange that you run not with them to the same profligacy, excessive riots, speaking evil of you."
Yeah, they think that it's strange that you don't partake in their wickedness. We talk about that in Proverbs chapter 1. Okay, it says, "Go not with them, divide not thy lot upon them in the spoil." Roughly paraphrasing. When men entice you to, hey, let's go steal, let's go hit a lick, let's go kick a door down. You're supposed to say, man, nah, I'm good, I'm gonna fall back on that. Okay, but our people say, oh man, I'm honored to be a thief. and partake in the stuff that y'all are conspiring against my people, man. Okay, that's the backward mentality that our people have. Okay, and that's the mentality that Esau, the so-called white man who is the devil, continues to perpetuate. He continues to allow these entertainers to get these record labels so that they can continue to push out that vibration and make our people that's in middle school and in high school that's bored as hell, that don't have nothing to do but go on Instagram and YouTube, watch these videos and be like, damn, I want to be like that. I want to be that dude. Look how he flexing. Look at what he riding in. He got everybody's woman. He's that man. Well, really, Yahushua is the man that everybody should be looking up to.
Right.
If you were Israelite, okay, but Esau being the devil, the one that actually rules this, not only the entertainment system, but I'm using that as an example because it's a good thing that it's a good example of something that influences our people, okay? Well, every damn thing, man, everything that you can imagine, okay? Esau, he perpetuates a wicked way, all right, contrary to the way that the world should be ran according to the laws of the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
It says, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the sober and the dead?
Right. Oh, quick.
Quick. Living. Okay. Oh, the quick.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because you told me it's all good. Read verse 4 and 5 because it's all one sentence.
Okay, calm, brother. It says, 1 Peter 4:4, in which they think it strange that ye run not to them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead.
So those people that say, hey, you should come steal with me. Hey, you should come be a nigga with me. You should come do this wickedness with me. Those people are going to be judged by the Heavenly Father, but not only them, the righteous also. Everybody's going to come everybody's going to be judged, man, whether their deeds are righteous or wicked. Okay, but if your deeds are wicked, man, in these times, woe unto you, man, because we're preaching you the truth. We're calling for, hey, get Isaiah 55 by 1. This is the altar call, man. Okay, this is the ability to basically come to repentance and receive that forgiveness for our transgressions. You see, and Yahushua is the one who has power to forgive sins. Okay, talk about that in Mark the 2nd chapter, man. He healed the lame man. Okay, not only to show that he was the Son of the Most High, but also to prove that he could forgive sins. Okay, because if you read it in Mark the 2nd chapter, it talked about how it said the Pharisees or the people who didn't believe, they were like, who gave you the authority to say that you can't forgive sins? I'm sorry. Who gave you the authority to say that you can forgive sins? Okay, but Yahushua looked at them like, look, which one is easier to say? Your sins are forgiven, or say to a man that's never walked in his life, get up and walk. See, Yahushua, he actually did those miracles so that he could prove that he had the power to forgive sins. You see? And our people still don't believe, man. But that's on them. Okay? Because our job is to teach the truth, whether they hear or forbear. Is that the right scripture where it says, okay, go ahead.
It says, Isaiah 55. Behold, verse 1. Everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
Right, man. The living waters, man. Okay? These living waters is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the words of the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
And he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat.
Right. We don't have no money on this side, man, but we're going to purchase spiritually this food, all right? This bread and this water, man, okay, which is the body of Yahushua. Okay? We're going to come into that knowledge and we're going to repent. Lord willing, with those men, we're going to continue, we're going to receive forgiveness for repentance.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread?
Right. Why are you continuing to spend your money for slingshots and stuff that trim your way to seek love? Why do you continue to waste your time and your effort on women and on getting looked at as somebody who's cool, or somebody who Esau likes in this society, when these times that we're in now require for us to be on point spiritually, man, require us to be sharp. You see? that's a man that has a carnal mindset. That's a man that wants to be in the world rather than receive the kingdom. Is there more? No. Okay.
And then your labor for that which satisfieth not. Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good. And let your soul delight itself in fat.
Right, man. That which is good is His truth. Okay. And when you read the scriptures, man, you're gonna gain that knowledge and understanding. Okay. And the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times and the strength of our salvation. You don't want to be weak during the time when it's time to endure. You want to be strong and be able to be diligent and be able to endure in those times, man. Like we brought out in 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter earlier, man. Okay?
It says, incline your ear and come unto me.
Right.
Hear, and your soul shall live.
Right, man. Come listen. Come hearken. Listen to what we have to say, and you're gonna be delivered. Okay? But as you can see, it's crickets, literally. Ain't nobody out here listening, man. You see? And the reason being is because the Most High has put the spirit of blindness on our people.
Right.
You know?
And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David.
God, yeah, that everlasting covenant is going into the kingdom, man. Okay, which He promised to the seed of David, which is Yahushua, and through Yahushua we're going to be joint heirs with Him, as long as we're of that number that was chosen from the foundation of the world to receive that. Okay, go back to that. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get this quick precept going into the fact that our people need to hear. They need to hearken unto these words. This is John chapter 8, verse 43. It says, "Why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word." All right, Yahushua was talking to the wicked scribes and Pharisees, let them know, look, hey, the reason why you don't understand that I'm telling you that you're not of the Father, you're actually of the devil, is because you can't hear the words of the Most High. You got certain people that have ears, but they can't actually comprehend spiritually the message that's being portrayed. And why is that? Because the Most High put the spirit of blindness upon them. Okay, that's according to the will of the Heavenly Father. All right, so I just want to throw it out there as a precept. Go ahead, bro.
This is First Peter 4, and I'm gonna start at 6. For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh. I'm gonna start over. It says, for this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh.
Right, man. So the reason that this gospel is preached so that they could be basically given, so that the elect could be given the spirit, because Yahushua preached the word to the disciples, but their job was to continue to spread that word out. Okay? And those who forbear to hear this word, man, they're gonna be judged. Okay? And those that actually heard this word, man, they're gonna be saved. Okay? But there's only two groups of people. The ones that are going to be saved and the ones that aren't going to be saved. There's no in between. So there really ain't no trying to be lukewarm, man. You look, you in or out. Simple as that. Light switch is going to be on or off. You see what I'm saying? You see the daytime or nighttime. All right? With Yahushua, man. You can't be semi-saved. There ain't no purgatory. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
It says that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to the Most High in the Spirit.
Yeah. Right, so men that's in the flesh, they're actually going to be judges of the earth, man. All right, 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter talks about that. All right, go ahead.
It says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober-minded and watch unto prayer.
Right, the end of all things is at hand. This is what we're teaching, man. Okay? The earth is about to expire, man.
Right.
Okay? It's actually already expired, but it's about to be thrown in the garbage can. Okay? Because the Most High set an appointed time to where this man cannot pass his time. Right. Okay? He cannot pass his time of rulership. He has to, once it expires, it's over with. All right? So we're saying, yes, we're in the last times, and it's time to get right. Okay? It says be sober. That means not being drunk, but being sober. Pay attention, man, and watch. Okay? Unto prayer, continually pray as well. Go ahead and get that verse.
This is 1 John chapter 4, verse 5. It says, they are of the world, therefore speak they of the world.
Right, man. So the people that don't believe this truth, okay, is that don't believe that this is the truth. They're speaking of the world. They don't have the knowledge of the scriptures. The Most High did not give that unto them, okay? They have what they think it to be knowledge, man, which is nothing. It's foolishness, okay? All right, go ahead.
Because in the world heareth me.
Right, and that's why everybody that gives them a whole bunch of views, a whole bunch of likes, you know, polite. It's super easy for him to get likes because he says, hey, any woman you see, oh yeah, you know that you're God. You tell them that, and she's like, oh my God, you know. And you know, these pastors, like I said, they continually preaching prosperity, okay. And the scriptures prescribe destruction to men that prophesy out of their own hearts. You see, and that's exactly what a lot of these Christians are doing. You see, go ahead.
We are of the Most High.
Right. So the men that are preaching this word in sincerity and truth, which has always been a small number, you see, because you would think that if the Christians really believed in the Bible and everything in the Bible, then they would read this verse and be like, dang, that sounds like a small group of people. You see, there's a majority of people that speak of the things of this world, which that's all people do, man. You actually have a conversation with a random person, man. They're not gonna be able to talk about even politics that's outside of America. They're in their tiny little world, man. Okay, their little social media world, man. That's super fragile and it's fabricated. Okay, it's full of lies and deceit. Okay, go ahead. Read that verse again, Paul.
Verse says, we are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us. He that is not of the Most High heareth not us.
Right, and we see how many are not of the Most High, because there's hella people not listening right now. And I'm not talking about if you're not listening to this camp or not listening to this sermon. I'm talking about if you hearing this word and you saying, nah, I don't know about that, or you just completely reject anything, man. If you don't get with this thing, man, then you're not with it. You're not for it. Okay? And so that means that that's on you. All right? Read that verse again, Bible.
First John 4, verse 6. We are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us. He that is not of the Most High heareth not us.
Right, so there's a specific dividing line, man. You're either on this side or you're on the other side, man. Okay? You're either with Yahushua or you're against Yahushua. And there's going to be certain people in your household, you know, that may be with Yahushua, and other people in the same household that might not be with Yahushua. And the scriptures prescribe that. I'm gonna get that too. You know, because that's just how the Most High wants to test your faith. You may be the only person in your whole family with the same last name as you that you know, you might have cousins that understand that they're Israelite or whatever, but they actually know Yahweh Shem Yahushai and they're really trying to see the Yahushai rule the earth, man. Yeah. You might be the only one that believes that, and that's a faith tester, man. You see? But that goes to show you that we're of the next world, because the scripture saying in 2nd Ezra that the world to come is of what? It's for few. This world is for many, but the world to come is for few. All right? And if this world is for many, man, I don't want to be a part of it, man, because I want something that's exclusive. That's right. I want something that nobody else has. I want something tailor-made, custom, man. That's you right. See? But ultimately, Yahushua deserved it first. That's right. You see? So we know that since that's the case, we continue to push on because he, like I said, he deserves it. All right? And we know that if we continue on in these things that we're doing now, the Lord willing, with those men, we're going to be able, we're going to at least have a shot. You know what I'm saying? To these 2/3, they don't got a shot, man. They don't have a chance in hell, as I say, because right now they in hell. All right, and they don't got a chance. All right. Is there more?
Because hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
Yeah, man. You know, so that's why we know, hey, this Muslim doctrine, Christian doctrine, where's the gods of these gods of the other nations are no God's son. All them the list of all these BS religious, man. That's nothing but a bunch of buffoonery and folly, man. Okay. Esau's mindset. Okay. Edom supremacy. That's a bunch of BS, man. You got a lot of Israelites that follow Edomite supremacy. You see, Christianity. This is using the water, brother. This is using right here. Read that verse again, brother. The latter part of that verse.
Because hereby we know. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
Right, so we know the spirit of truth, which is that one right there. Drop that and then get that right there. So this is the spirit of truth right there with Yahushua on it.
Right.
This is the spirit of truth right here.
Right.
Now, this isn't an image to be bowing down and worshiping, but this is more biblically accurate than that Caesar Borgia sign. You see that Cesare Borgia sign, the water brother. You know, the picture right here is more accurate than this. Okay, and so we're telling you people like, look, hey, this is more right. But you ask people which one is closer resembles our Lord, you know, and they might be they see us in the garments, so they might want to agree with us. They'll point to this sign, but when you ask them, well, why are you going to church with a pastor and a congregation that's worshiping this? They be like, well, I only go once a month. You know what I'm saying? Our people are hella undecided, man, but the Most High is going to set a line, man, okay? A line that basically is going to determine whether you're on one side or the other, all right? Now, let's go ahead and get that in Matthew the water, brothers.
Matthew 10 and 34. 10 and 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am come not to send peace, but a sword.
Pick this Bible shot. I threw out slack, brother. The Most High did not send his son Yahushua to bring peace on earth.
Right.
Okay? All right, all of these, because I used to be in a Roman Catholic church, man. All they sing is lullabies, especially during Christmas time, man. It can blow you to sleep. All these Caesar Borgia songs about sleeping and having peace and this and that, man. Hey, man. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is about to bring judgment and destruction.
Right.
All you gotta do is watch the news. All you gotta do is watch the news. You be like, damn, man, it ain't nothing but bad news. They should rename it bad news, because there ain't never no good news. If it's ever good news, it'll be a kitten being saved from a toilet or some shit, man. Okay, but when it comes to actually things that's important, man. Hey, matter of fact, I saw a little goop baby get saved out of a tiny ass washing machine, and they want to glorify that like that's the best thing that ever happened, man.
I was gonna say if it's quote unquote good news, it's always something worldly good news.
Yeah, it's some BS.
Like giving gays rights and shit.
Well, that's bad. That's bad news. That's bad news to us.
To the men that aren't in the world.
Yeah. That's good news to the men. That's good news to the men that are in the world, man. Okay, because they basically are homosexuals themselves. Or their bosses are homosexuals. They got friends that's homosexual. They got friends that are homosexuals, and they want to continue on in that job or that position that they had. Okay, but little did they know. Read that verse again, brother.
It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am not come to send peace, but a sword.
Right, man. So Yahushua has come to send a sword, and what does a sword do? It divides. When you chop somebody, you cut their ass in half, or you slice part of their flesh, and it divides it, right? And so the house, well, it's going to go into it, but the houses, the households are going to be divided, man. Okay, that separates you. That's how you know that you might particularly, maybe somebody that's not of this world, but somebody of the world to come, because we know there's a world to come. The scriptures prophesy about it. Go ahead.
It says, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Right, man. So does this mean go over your house and say, hey, preach your house and buck up and be a lion in your own house? Or does this mean, look, you have to have the understanding that when you come into this knowledge, once your family members find out what you about, they gonna cast you to the side. They gonna ask you hella questions, saying why you not coming to the Christmas party no more, why you don't eat ham no more, why you doing this and that. I hope you're not posting on Facebook, because they're gonna find out hella fast. All right, and that's not edifying, posting on social media that you're Israelite either. The only outlet that we should be using over the internet, is YouTube, because you can easily have access to these videos. You see, and so when they find that out, man, they're gonna be at variance. I mean, they're going to look at you like, man, I don't know about that, Go ahead.
It says, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
A man's foes, which is your enemies, shall be they of your own household. So your own mother may turn against you, man. She might call you a demon, and y'all worshiping the devil, okay? Your own father may say, man, well, I don't know what you're doing, man, but I ain't raised you to be this type of, I don't know what you into, but this is off. They look at you crazy. Why? Because you're not of this world. Potentially, if you continue on in this thing until the end, would you read down to verse 36? Okay, cool.
I got it.
Go ahead.
This is Romans 12, verse 2. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right, and it's truth that transforms you, man. I don't know if you ever looked at the metamorphosis of a caterpillar to a butterfly, okay? But it's a process that when you go in, you know, you're a completely different creature when you come out. You see? And so we hope to be transformed too, because when we come into the new world, okay, into this righteous world that Yahweh Shai is going to set up, we're not going to be in these weak fleshly bodies, man. Okay, we're going to be in our spiritual bodies, in our immortal bodies.
Right.
Okay, in our highly glorified state. Okay, go ahead.
Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So it starts with your mind, okay? And then you carry out those things. When you set your mind towards this thing, you carry out those things in your walk and in your life, and then you become a spiritual man. Go ahead.
That ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
God, you know, so you prove what the Most High's will is, and you show yourself as an example by doing His will and by doing according to the word that He commanded. Which, if you get this truth, man, you're supposed to go out there and preach. You're supposed to go out there and teach the Bible, man. Okay, that's a commandment. All right, go ahead and get that.
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 51. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth?
Right.
I tell you, nay.
Right. So you actually, you know, you would think that the Son of Man is come to bring peace on the earth, because right now, if you a good old American, you would want, you know, a Christian American, evangelical American, you would want the Most High to bring peace on the earth. When Jesus comes back, He's gonna bring peace. He's gonna bring all of these nations. They're gonna stop fighting. He's just gonna come with one big old hug, and everybody gonna group hug and cry together and forgive each other. When the scriptures say that he that join hand in hand, a sudden. Wait, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm getting them mixed up. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Okay, I was getting mixed up. That's in Proverbs. But yeah, go ahead and continue to get that.
It says, I tell you, nay, but rather division.
Right, division, man. So He coming to bring that with that sword. He's gonna divide. Okay, what's He gonna bring division to? Go ahead.
Just for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided.
Right. So if you got a family of 5, you the head of the household, and you got your woman and 3 kids. You might have 2 kids that's with it, and their mom that's against you, and you might have that one son that's like, okay, God, okay, Dad, you know, I see what's going on. Or you might be the only one, like I said, in your household that actually believes in this thing. Hey, that's how you know that may be a sign to you that you may be on the right path. Go ahead.
3 against 2 and 2 against 3.
You see? Yeah. So they might come against you like, who are you to tell me that, you know, I need to follow the Sabbath, or I can't eat pork, and this and that, you know? And if they buck up against that, man, then that's really on them, unless the Most High has mercy on them. Right. You know, because there's going to be certain men in the latter days that come to the faith when they see the miracles that have been done, all right, and then they might believe, okay? But right now, you know, we know that there's 2/3, man, okay, and then there's a 1/3.
That's right.
Ain't no in between, all right? 2/3, they're going to get eviscerated by the wrath of the Most High, along with these other nations, all right? And then the 1/3 is going to receive salvation, all right? And within that 1/3 of the nation of Israel is the 144,000, the elect, okay? The elect of the nation of Israel, all right? Go ahead, bro. What verse you at? Yeah, last verse.
Verse 53. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father. The mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Yeah, man. You know, so don't be surprised, like I said, if your family shuns you, you know, by coming into the truth. Because like I said, they're of this world, okay? But you strive to be of the world to come, all right? They don't agree. Can 2 walk together except if you agree? The answer is no, all right? Exactly, brother. You know, which is why a lot of times that ends up not being able to live with them. You got that in Acts?
Acts chapter 14:1. It says, and it came to pass in Iconium that they went both together into the synagogue of the Jews, and so spoke that a great multitude both of the Jews and also of the Greeks believed.
Right. So this is an account when Paul and Barnabas were preaching the word to the Israelite foreigners. All right, and you had a certain portion of them that actually believed in that city. All right, and the other portion that didn't believe. Read verse 2 again, brother.
It says, and it came to pass in Iconium that they went both together in the synagogue of the Jews, and so spoke that a great multitude, both of the Jews and also of the Greeks, believed.
Right. So, a lot of the people who knew that they were Israelites and the people that fell away from the customs of Israelites, they believed. All right. Continue. Go ahead.
But the unbelieving Jews stirred up the Gentiles.
Right. So the unbelieving Jews, Israelites, all right, who knew that they were Israelites, all right, which are wicked men who are still here today. Okay. What did they do?
They stirred up the Gentiles.
Right. They stirred up the Israelite foreigners. They made them say. They made their minds. They basically perverted their minds. Which you see that today, you have a lot of people who are scoffing and scorning, all right, wanting to pervert this word, okay, by slandering the men of the Lord that's teaching this word, okay, that's actually sacrificing themselves daily to continue to push the word, all right. Those men get slandered by who? Read that verse again.
It says, but the unbelieving Jews.
By unbelieving Jews, man. So they, like I said, these guys, they know that they're Israelites, but they don't believe. You see? What type of BS is that, man? You see? Go ahead.
Stirred up the Gentiles and made their minds evil, affected against the brethren.
Right, man. So those blind leaders of the blind, they basically made, they basically sowed discord, okay, among the body, all right? And that's the spirit of Esau, man, because Esau is the one who comes in here and messes all the harmony of the earth. Makes everything imbalanced, man. Right. All right. And so these guys, they, like I said in John 8:44, they're of their father, the devil. You know. Go ahead.
It says, a long time, therefore, abode they, speaking boldly in the Lord, who gave testimony unto the word of his grace, and granted signs and wonders to be done by their hand. But the multitude of the city was divided.
Right, so the multitude of the city was divided. What does it mean? One part of the city stayed on one part, and the other part on the other? No, their minds were divided. They were thinking contrary to another. They disagreed, and it may have been certain people that was in the same household that disagreed. Why? Because Yahushua brings up a controversial spirit, man. Okay. And the people that have these demons on them, now we know, okay, we know that Yahushua is a Messiah, man. We know that he's the Lord and Savior, the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father. All right, but these people who don't believe, they got demons on them, so they disagree. You see, and that is naturally going to cause violence. It's going to cause arguments. It's going to cause a bunch of outrageous riots, man. Okay, go ahead.
It says. But the multitude of the city was divided, and part held with the Jews and part with the apostles. And when there was an assault made both of the Gentiles and also of the Jews with their rulers, to use them despitefully and to stone them, they were aware of it and fled unto Lystra and Derbe.
Right, so that spirit of controversy got so heated, it got so stirred up that, because all they were doing was preaching Yahushua.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were preaching that Yahushua, the man that our people crucified, was the Messiah. All right, and then the Jews, they say, oh, that's blasphemy. All right, why would they say that? Because they're of this world. Okay.
They didn't believe the Messiah.
Exactly. They didn't believe in Yahushua. It's as simple as that. And that's what that's why the Most High put demons on them, to make them basically cause strife and contention. Okay. Like I said, it got so bad to where they had to flee, you know, for their lives, because it was just utter chaos in the streets. You see, and that's what is coming to America too. Because when these people find out that Yahushua is really the Messiah, man, they gonna bug out, man. You know, they're gonna go crazy. They gonna like it talks about in Zechariah 13 chapter. When you read up before it talks about the 1/3 and the 2/3, when the parents of these false prophets find out that their son was preaching lies and deceit, the parents are gonna kill that false prophet, man. You know, they're gonna execute their wrath upon them for guiding our people astray.
That's right.
Okay, that's how serious the transgression that is. But like I said, it all goes back to the indoctrination that the so-called white man put on our people, telling them that the image of Caesar Borgia, which goes back to Serapis Christus, is the true image of the heavenly of the only begotten Son, which is wrong. Okay, this is not biblical, like it says. That's why we got horns on it, because it's deceiver. The devil means deceiver.
That's right.
See? But our people say, why you got horns on Jesus and walk right by and condemn us in our minds when they really condemning themselves?
That's right.
You see? Because they don't stop by to inquire and see, what do they mean by that? You see? Because they're simple-minded, man. All right? Just read down to verse 7. That's all I need.
It says, and there be cities of Macedonia, and unto the region that lieth around about, and there they preach the gospel.
Right. So you know they had to flee to another city because of all of the controversy that was in the city that they was preaching at. All right. Now let's get this in Deuteronomy. After this is the last. You know, unless y'all both got precepts like that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15. It says, "See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil."
Right. So this day, man, we are proclaiming to our people, look, there's one way to get back good with the Heavenly Father, man. All right. There's one way, and that's through Yahushua. All right. Matter of fact, it talks about that in John, but I'm gonna get it. Go ahead and read about John.
"And that I command thee this day to love Yahweh thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments."
Right. All right. And part of keeping the commandments is loving your neighbor as yourself, man. Okay. Loving your brother, having that brotherly love towards your people. Okay. And of course, first and foremost, not having any other power other than Yahweh, man. Okay. And his son Yahushua. That's it, man. All right. And you can idolize yourself too, by the way. You can think of yourself like a god, when in reality, you know, you forget that you're just a man, you know. All right, go ahead.
It says, "And to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply."
Right, man. So that we can continue to live in righteousness. Well, we're striving to, but this was preached when we actually had a chance to rule over the earth, you know, in this flesh, which we messed up because the flesh, you know, it wouldn't allow our people, man, to basically continue in that righteous way. All right, because these laws, they come from a righteous power. There's no error. There's no spot in him. You know, there's nothing in him that's off or wicked. Okay, but us, man, we can't. We try to the best of our ability, but we can't just do the law perfectly, man. You see why? Because we're in the flesh. You know, but we strive to be able to do that. Our people don't give a damn. 2/3 of our people don't care. You know, they just, I'm living, I'm chilling. You see? Go ahead.
"And Yahweh thy power shall bless thee in the land, whither thou goest to possess it."
Right. So if we walk according to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, then we would actually be blessed. We would be on top of the so-called white man, which is something that's completely unfathomable to our people today. That's how far away from reality it is. All right, that's how another way that you know that we're in captivity, because we don't even see ourselves as somebody that would be able to rule the earth. We're used to being slaves. We have that, you know, not us, like, well, in past times we did, but we casting off that mindset of being a servant to these other nations, particularly the so-called white man, and getting into that rulership mentality. Okay, because somebody is gonna have to rule the earth after this place is set on flames, man.
Right.
All right, it's gonna be Yahushua is at the top. All right, but the Israelites, there's gonna be certain men of Israel that's gonna have the highest positions in the universe under Yahushua, man.
Right.
So we gotta have to have our minds prepared to receive responsibilities like that. Okay, go ahead.
But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shalt be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them,
Yep.
I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish.
Right. Give Baba Kushab Fatah. Can you show that sign? All right. Read that verse again, Baba Kushab.
It says, but if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shalt be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish.
You shall surely perish. Look at this. This is a result of us going after other gods. You see? We're getting hanged by our enemy, man, by the basis of men.
Yeah.
Okay? By a damn caveman that's on top of us, man. You see? What was that? Was that a Geico commercial where you had what was the caveman?
Yeah,
so easy a caveman can do it. The Most High made Israel so vulnerable that a caveman can rule over us, man. You see? And that's part of the curses. You know, because the Most High, like I said, he set us up to be over the people. But hey, we don't want to get right. You know, hey, this the last straw to get right, man.
That's right.
You know, and if you don't believe it, just wait a while, man. You know, though it tarry, it'll come, man. All right, because it ain't gonna tarry too long. It's a set and appointed time, man. You gonna see. Go ahead.
And that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou passest over Jordan, go possess it.
Right, because like I said, it's talking about before we went into the land of Israel to have that inheritance. All right, the Most High cast off these other nations so that we can have it. All right, another thing to show that the Most High has favoritism, because there were people living in those lands that we inhabited. Okay, before the Most High allowed us to go in them. Okay, go ahead. All the way down to verse 30, bro. 20, verse 20. Did you pass it? Down to verse 20. Yep.
Verse 19, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death,
Right.
blessing and cursing.
Right.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
John, hey, get John. I'll ask one. John chapter 14. Hey, read that verse again.
It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
Right, man. So we gotta choose this day which side we're on, man. Are we on Yahweh Shemiah side, or are we on Satan's side, man? Okay. Oh, that sounds a little harsh. Well, it's only two sides.
That's
Good
right.
and evil. You see, life and death. Read that again, Bob.
It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
Right. So we had a choice between life and death, man. All right. Blessing and cursing. And guess what we chose?
Yeah.
We sold ourselves for naught, man. All right?
Right.
Because we didn't want to listen to the Most High. We chose death. Okay? Go ahead. Read verse 20. All the way down to verse 20.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Okay, choose life, man. Okay? Was that verse 20? Okay, go ahead.
It says that thou mayest love Yahweh thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice,
Right.
and that thou mayest cleave unto him.
Right.
For he is thy life.
Right, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is our life, man. He's our life source. Without him, we are cut off. We're through. We're dead. And you can see it, like I said, in the when you look at the situation that our people are in. You
That's
see?
right.
That's it, man. Okay, so we know that we're in those times because we see the processes coming to pass. We see that through Yahushua is the only way. We
That's
tried
right.
everything else. We tried conforming to Esau's agenda. We tried blending in, and making perming our hair, and making all these things our power source, bound down to Esau's God. Okay, conforming to his ways. But now, guess what? It's over with, man. We through. All options have been exhausted.
That's right.
Okay? This is the last chance to be redeemed, man. You see? All right, we're going to finish it off with that. I'm going to end it off.
This is John 14:6. It said, Yahweh said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except by me.
Right. Read that in Deuteronomy again, Bible Shah.
Verse 1.
Where it says, I'm the life.
I'll just jump to that. It says, for he is thy life and the length of thy days,
that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh swore unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Right. That land that the Most High swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, is gonna be inherited. That's beautiful, man. It's Jerry. God, hey, somebody get Psalm 104:3. You know. But anyway, that land that the Most High swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, is going to be inherited by the Israelites, man. All right. Hey, come, bro. How about some y'all shots? Because that's the promise that the Most High made. His word is not going to go out void.
That's right.
See?
You're a man. You're a man that you should not lie.
Yeah, man. He has no reason to lie. You know. Yeah, you get that song? I mean, that song.
Psalms 104.
Yeah,
Psalms 104:3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Verse 4. Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire?
Right.
Flaming fire.
God, yeah, man. That red. It's flashing right now, man.
Right when we talked about it.
You know?
Hey, call out Yahweh by Shimmy Al-Shah.
Rakatha Yahweh
Hey, you know what? 'Cause I was joking with the brother, but it's true. I said, man, so what the chariot being one of the brothers up now? Enoch is back.
That's right.
We don't know who Enoch is back. We don't know who Enoch could be.
Right, man.
That's crazy, man. Come on, brother.
Hey, and this is another proof, all right? Because people watch these videos and they don't think that there's any proof, all right? Where's your proof? Show your miracles. Let us know that you're. That's a sign in heaven, man.
That's right.
Okay, because the scriptures say in Matthew the 24th chapter, there's going to be signs in the heavens, all right, to prove that we're in those last signs. You know, we see eclipses, all right, full scale eclipses coming across America, all right. We see these moons. They got the blood moons or the harvest moons, you know. And now we see in the chariots, man. We see chariots every day, man.
That's right.
All right, and if you want to, that was all right, because like I said, the most with his chariots are like a whirlwind. Matter of fact, Psalm 68 and 17.
17.
Yep. Is that more on Psalms?
Verse 5. Who laid the foundations of the earth that it should not be removed forever?
Right, man. The Most High is the power that delegates everything. See, we saw one glimpse, okay, of the Most High's power when we looked at the chariot. All right, but he's actually the one that created the earth that we're standing on.
That's right.
You know, Jake is so quick to forget that the actual energy and power that made up all the foods that they so love and the women that they desire more than life. The Most High made that, man. You see, the Most High is the power that he's the mastermind that created everything that you see today. Right. And that's why Esau, he portrays himself to be God, man, by making these GMO foods, by making these cars, by making these airplanes, by making his version of everything that the Most High made. All right, Esau is nothing but a wicked copycat. All right, of the he's a wicked copycat of the Most High's creation. All right. He creates everything in his image, man. All right, he's painted everything in the likeness of his image, which has caused our people to err. You know. Go ahead, bro. About the chariot.
This is Psalm 68, verse 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. It says, the Lord is among them as in Sinai, in the holy place.
Right, man. That whole place is the temple. All right, the temple of the Lord. When the mercy seat, man, was set down in the holy temple, that's where the Spirit of the Lord dwelled, in the Holy of Holies. All right, because you had the outer court, the inner court, and then you had the inner temple, and then you had the Holy of Holies, man. You see, and that's where the Spirit of the Lord resides. Well, that temple, that spiritual temple, because that Are You Serious guy, I don't know who the hell his name is, but I saw something that he did today talking about I'm in Jerusalem, and this is a fulfillment of Revelation, the 11th chapter, where the Christians and the Muslims and the Jews are all going to be able to worship Jerusalem, are all going to be able to worship in Jerusalem. Well, guess what, man? The spiritual temple is being built here, man. The Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. All right, he dwells in spiritual temples, man. All right, and we're building up. We're lively stones, as it says in 1 Peter, man. All right, if a brother want to get that, we're a spiritual temple being built up. Because guess what? These signs, they build our faith up, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen something like that in my life.
I never seen the color like this.
Right, man. You know what I'm saying? It's undeniable proof. And if we had a telescope, we'd be able to see it more better. But, you know, hey, if you can't see it, that's for you to see.
That's right.
Right.
Hey, maybe you should have came out to listen to the prophets.
That's right.
You know, you guys is trying to, man, I can't see the chair, man. They lying, they flexing. Bro, and we see it. We seen it.
It was
Hey,
behind.
I got one for
It
you.
was behind the building when we was talking.
Sat there for a
and
minute,
it
right?
Shut up.
Yeah.
It didn't just go up like this. It shot up.
And then it
And it
disappeared.
just disappeared.
Damn, bro.
Ain't no plan.
Yo, hey, we seeing this, man. Hey, the signs is here.
That's right. That's right.
Going Yasharala, man.
Going Yasharala.
Hey, and that's why it's funny because you got people who might be getting weak in the faith. All right, people who might be saying, "Oh man, I don't know when.
It came back.
I don't know when the Most High coming back."
Right there. Right there.
You know? Hey, you got people who might be getting weak in the faith. People who might be saying, "Oh man, I don't know if the Most High is dealing with me. I don't know when Yahushua gonna come back. I don't even know if I believe in this anyway." But guess what, man? If that's not a faith boost, I don't know what is, man.
Right, bro.
Hey,
You know?
I got one real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Luke 10 and 24. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Hey, and guess what, man? Guess what, man? Yahushua talking about the spiritual things that the Most High endowed with us, man. All right?
Right.
This is just the icing on the cake. Because guess what? Even if we didn't see, because the scripture say in 2 Ezra chapter 1, blessed are they who have believed and not seen, man. Also in Luke, the 20th chapter, man. All right? Whenever you see something, man, there's no need to continue to have faith in it because you see it. Because faith is a substance of things not seen. You see? And so we're gonna be saved by faith. Like I said, we see things like this, we boost our faith. But really, we should have the Spirit on us, even if we didn't see miraculous signs like that. We should still believe, man.
That's right.
Why? Because we know that the Spirit of the Lord dwells within us, man. Okay. But like I said, these things are revealed to us as treats, man. All right. So don't get mad if you don't see a chariot, or if the Lord don't give you no dream. Just continue pushing, man. We know that we are in those times. Like I said, like I brought out earlier, man. The mark of the beast is here.
That's right.
Okay. We know through prophecy, other than just chariots, that the Lord is coming back to deliver us soon and very soon, man.
And just know that chariots are with Israel, and be men more with them.
Yeah.
And be men more with us than with them.
God, what's that in 1 Kings?
God.
You know, somewhere there. 1 Kings 17, I think, 16. You know, but hey, what was you holding? Somebody was holding something in Psalm 6. Okay, go ahead.
This Hebrew chapter 3 and 8. Harden not your heart as in provocation in the day of trial in the wilderness.
Right. So, hey, man, when we get to a certain level of frustration, man, we shouldn't harden our hearts. But hardening your heart basically means becoming stubborn and stiff. All right. When you stiff, you don't want to move. You don't want to get out the way. You don't want to get out of your own way, basically, man. All right. You gotta be able to get out of your own way and allow the Spirit to take over. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, your flesh wants you to doubt. Your flesh wants to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If I was a carnal man, a fleshly man, I might have stayed home today and just chilled and try to do some wickedness. All right, but hey, we're spiritual men. We hope to be men that are of the world to come, and so that's why we prophesying the downfall of America.
Right.
And it's people that's it's people that's watching all around the world. We don't have to have a huge crowd of people that's here to know that we're preaching the truth, man. Because we're fully persuaded in our own minds that this is the truth. And if you're not, then you need to fast, pray to Yahweh Shem Shah, and He puts that Spirit upon you, man. All right, because if you're doing this thing to be seen of men versus to be seen of Yahweh Shem Shah, and like I said, man, hey, men can't save you, man. Yahweh Shem Shah can save you, man.
That's right.
You see, because ain't no helicopter or no missile in the world that can do the things that we just saw in the sky, man.
That's right.
All right, that was only accessible through the power of the Lord. And
right.
Lord willing, we those men, we're gonna have access to the chariots.
That's right.
All right. So there's a lot of things that we don't see that are here that are going to be received if we continue to believe. All right. You got one right.
It says, when your fathers tempted me Salaki, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years. Wherefore I was grieved with that generation and said, they do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways.
Right,
They
man.
seen it for 40 years.
Yeah, they saw the chariot.
For 40 years, man.
You know, we get
Right.
excited. We see a chariot from far away.
Yeah.
Our people, man, 2/3 of our people, they seen the chariot right over there, head every single day, man. So you want to say, oh, I wish I saw a chariot. Well, hey, you got certain people that seen chariots in the past life, and they still went off, man. You see? And so that's why, hey, man, look. You know, like I said, we see these things, man, but ultimately we know our righteousness is filthy rags, man. We can't do nothing but beg Yahweh Shai to have mercy on us, man.
Right.
Because what worse of a feeling can you experience than seeing a chariot and seeing certain people be saved, and you not one of those men because you didn't want to come out here and make your body a living sacrifice, man. You didn't want to be obedient, man. All right.
That's what happened to the children of Israel. They didn't want to be obedient. That's why it says, "Harden not your heart." As the day of propagation. Now we know that word propagation goes back to the word provoke,
That's
which
right.
means to challenge, man. You see, and that's what we in right now. We're in the day of propagation. Where we have to put off our flesh and serve Yahweh by Shai. We have a lot of people out there that's falling to the flesh. So we have to pray that that doesn't happen to us, man. Keep the faith. Because it can, hey, man, hey, these demons are real, man.
That's
You
right.
know? If you think that you got these demons in check, man, you'll be sadly mistaken, man. Once I can send something on you, man, and have you bugged out, man.
That's right.
You know? So we prayed and we fasted and and be amongst the brothers, man. This is all we got, man. Holding on to that hope. You know what I'm saying? Hope produces things, like going into what's that, Romans the 5th chapter? You see? Hope produces what? It says temperance, things of that nature, man. Lucid paraphrasing, man. But you gotta stick to that hope, man. That's all we got,
Right. Our job is to continue to stick to the scriptures, man. All right. As they say, to stick to the script, that goes back to sticking to the scriptures. All right, because in them is eternal life, man. All right. In the knowledge of the scriptures, man, it really brings you into remembrance of your heritage, of what type of pedigree you are.
Right.
All right. Because part of the reason why our people are in such a destroyed financial state because of our heritage destroyed. But guess what? The scriptures say, I don't know if the brother want to pull it up in the blue letter, because I don't know where it's at, where the Most High said that we are going to inherit the desolate heritages. Okay? We're going to inherit the desolate heritages. What does that mean? That means that the righteous rulership that we should be having, that dominion over the earth that we should have possession of, is going to be fulfilled, man. All right, like an empty job, open job. All right, you got it. Go ahead.
Isaiah 49 verse 8. Thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time.
Acceptable time. What are we doing right now? We're preaching the Lord of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. We are in that acceptable time, man.
Right.
You see? Go ahead.
In an acceptable time have I heard thee.
Right, Most High heard us, man. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is hearing our cry. He's hearing us proclaim His name. He's hearing us condemn this place, and it's a sweet savor unto Him. All right, this is, like I said, the spiritual temple is being fulfilled. This sacrifice that we're given is like unto a combination of frankincense and all manners of myrrh. Okay, burning incense unto the Most High, man. As opposed to these other guys that our people continue to follow. All right, go ahead.
And in a day of salvation have I helped thee.
Right, in the day of salvation, the day of Yahushua. All right, because that's what Yahushua's name means. He is the deliverer. He is the savior. You see, in the day of salvation, which is going to bring destruction to 2/3 and the unbelieving nations. All right, or the unbelieving Israelites and these other nations, but salvation to the Israelites. You see. Go ahead.
And I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people.
Right, preserve us from what? The coming destruction, man.
That's right.
Because like the scriptures say, Esau gonna come with wrath, man. What's that? Revelation 12. You know, Esau gonna come with great wrath upon the inhabitants of the earth because he knows that he has but a few. I'm talking about, man. Like I don't know if you ever looked at a sand glass with the at an hourglass. I mean, with the sand come down, you look at the last little piece of sand. Fall through there, and it looked like it goes super slow until you get to the last 5%. It just fall right through.
Man.
That's Esau time. It's speeding up. Boom. When it hits, it's over with, man.
That's right.
And then the hourglass gonna be flipped, but ain't no sand gonna come out through the bottom. It's gonna be eternal. And Esau always gonna be on the bottom, man.
Right.
You see? Go ahead.
To establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritage.
Right, man. So the earth is going to be established through who the world called ignorantly Jesus Christ. His name is Yahushua. And he's not. He doesn't have leprosy. He doesn't have stringy hair. All right. He doesn't have blue eyes. All right. He's a dark-skinned man. All right. He's an austere man. All right. He's got woolly hair. Right. He speaks Hebrew. All right. And he's for our people, man. Not you so-called Jews. Not you gutter rats over there in the land of Israel right now. He's for us, the one that are in captivity. He's going to set the bondmen free. Okay? Read that last part again, Bishop.
It says to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritage.
Right, man. So those, because the Most High made us desolate. We're not in the land of Israel no more. You know what I'm saying? Our that land over there, whole land over there is desolate. No fruits grow over there. You know, if it wasn't for America, they probably would cease to exist. All right, because ain't nothing going on over there when it comes to fruits or any type of life whatsoever, man. It's nothing but demonic energy over there. All right, but it's going to be reestablished, and those desolate heritages, which is us coming upon those seats of rulership, like how we should be, because we're royalty, whether we know it or not. You know, those things are. Those seats of royalty and those heritages are going to be fulfilled. All right, that seat is no longer going to be have cobwebs on it. All right, it's going to be warm, man. All right, the bench is going to be warm. Sitting, you know, we're going to be on a righteous throne, man. All right, Lord willing, we those men. All right, was that it? That was it, right?
I got a precept for that. 2 Corinthians 6:2. For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I succored thee. Behold, now is the acceptable time. Behold, now is the day of salvation.
Right, man. The Most High is going to hear us in an acceptable time, man. In that time of affliction and tribulation and temptation, man, that's when the Most High is tempting us, man, and trying our faith. Okay? That's when the Most High is putting us in a situation to see whether we will be loyal to Him or whether we will fold, man. Because just like how the Most High how the Most High through Satan tempted Job, all right? Our faith is going to be tested and tempted, man. All right, because it talks about that too in Zechariah 13:9, how the 1/3 are going to be brought through the fire. All right, their faith is going to be tried and refined. All right, and that character of righteousness is going to be brought out from us and basically shine, man. All right, we're going to be polished. You see?
Yep. Now that was it, because the word succor means to help, to bring aid. So if we bring an aid, we bring salvation to His people, man. That was it,
Yeah, man. The Most High through Yahushua is going to bring salvation to His people. All right, because when you read in Isaiah 63, all right, where it talks about the Lord is going to bring chariots like a whirlwind, man. You know, matter of fact, get that Isaiah 63:5 over the show. You know, because hey, that's how Yahushua going to return. In case you didn't know, it's also written in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. You know, that's how the Most High is going to come. I'm sorry, 66 and 15. But start at verse 10. We're going to read all the way down. 10 through 16.
This is Isaiah 66, verse 10. It says, rejoice ye with Jerusalem and be glad with her.
Right. That's why we so happy and excited, man, because we see that our salvation is not.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead.
All ye that love her.
Right.
Rejoice for joy with her, all ye that mourn for her.
Right, man. We're mourning for the desolation of Jerusalem, man. We want Jerusalem to be established again, man. All right, we want the Most High to rule and dwell among us again, man. Go ahead.
That ye may suck and be satisfied with the breast of her consolations.
Go ahead.
That ye may milk out and be delighted with the abundance of her glory.
Right, man. And when Jerusalem is set up upon that holy hill in righteousness, man, we're going to be able to have the fatness of. We're going to have the real fatness of the earth. All right. We're going to have that milk, because milk in the Hebrew is chalab. Okay, it means fat. Okay, it means the best of something. All right, and we're going to have the best, or the milk, of the land of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
It says, for thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river,
Come.
and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream.
Great, man. These Israelite foreigners, man, are gonna receive justification because of their belief, man. Because they're righteous, because of the righteousness that comes by faith.
That's right.
Can you get somebody get Galatians chapter 3, Baba Prashad?
3:1.
Where it says righteousness through faith, not by the law. Go ahead.
It says, then shall ye suck, ye shall be borne upon her sides, and be dangled upon her knees.
Great, man. We're gonna grow up in the tender love and kindness and mercies of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. Because right now, best believe we're not being nurtured by the Most High right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Not on a level of its full extent. Okay. Right now, we're being sustained so that we can continue pushing this word, man. All right. But when we come into the kingdom, Lord willing, we those men, we're going to be able to actually see the fullness of the Most High's mercy and love. Go ahead.
As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you.
Right, man. So you know how a baby gets comforted by his mother, man. That's one of the best. That's one of the best feelings, man. When you know, I don't know. You know, I'm kind of young, so I kind of still remember a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When you crying and stuff, and your mom, oh, come here, baby. You know, that's gonna be even more because the scriptures talk about can a mother forget her sucking child? Yeah, she can, but I will not forget you, O Israel. Not O Edom, not O Japheth, not O Elam, but Jerusalem, man, Israel, man. All right, that's the Most High's favorite. He ain't dealing with no other nation, man. Anybody who wants Esau to make it is proved, by the way. Just as a side note. Go ahead.
And ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem.
Yeah, all the way down to verse 1. Yeah.
And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb. And the hand of Yahweh shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemies.
The hand of the Most High is going to be known towards his servants, and it's going to be known towards his enemies. All right? The Most High is going to have favor towards his servants. He's not, the servants of the Lord and the enemies of the Lord aren't doing the same thing. All right? They're doing things completely opposite. All right? We want the kingdom of Yahushua to come, man, because like I said, we're not of this world, we're of the world to come.
That's right.
All right? But Esau, the so-called white man, the 2/3, they want to continue on in America because they continue. Man, hey, when you in the spirit and you really evaluate everything or how much everything is worth, man, it ain't worth nothing, man. This earth is corrupt. You see, it's like trying to. Why would you have a messed up old PC with a virus on it? You can have a nice, clean, brand new Mac that won't never get no virus. You see what I'm saying? Why would you? And that's just a carnal example. But why would you want something that's tattered and battered? Why would you want some old, used up, moldy box when you could get a nice, clean version, man? Right. You see, we don't even know how that feels because like I said, we're in this world, but that's why we desire the world to come. All right. Now, to show the duality of the Heavenly Father, we're gonna read verse 15 and 16. If we get that in, we got
It says, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Right, man. So the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, man, is gonna come with chariots, all right, like a whirlwind, man. This under this one right here, flipping around, you know. Okay, and he's gonna come the so-called UFOs that these other nations talk about.
Red like that.
Yeah, exactly. This might be one of the ones right here. The same
Right,
year,
that's
make
right.
and model and everything.
Nah.
Okay, and like I said, the Most High is gonna use those vehicles to basically overthrow Esau's infrastructure, man.
Right.
All of these trains and planes and cars and all these streets that you see, man, the Most High don't have no pleasure in this. You see, it's wicked, man. It's off. We're not even gonna be on this side on this piece of land in the kingdom, man. All right, yeah, it's coming soon to a city near you, man.
Right.
All right, and I hope you're gonna be asleep when the chariot zaps and wakes you up, man. All right, you wake up and you see all hell breaking loose.
Right.
All right, you just got a promotion, you just got your new dog. You know what I'm saying? The little bonus that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? It just got. You know what I'm saying? Just came from that.
Got the little condo on the side.
Yeah, you know.
The house.
You know, you had nice ass bomb ass dessert because you got back from vacation, and then you wake up to everything that you knew after 50 years of living on this earth as an Edomite or as a 2/3 nigga, man. It's gonna be destroyed, man. Everything that you know is gonna be set and not in that day. That's why it talks about it in James chapter 5.
Done.
All right, but we're gonna go ahead and get this in Galatians because it goes into oh well,
I got one.
yeah,
I got
finish
one
that.
more
Yeah.
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh.
Right, man. So by the fire, okay, which is gonna be the thermonuclear fire, and by his sword, by these chariots, this is the Most High gonna be gonna plead with all flesh. You know, he gonna judge all the inhabitants of the earth, okay, according to those instruments of war, okay. And if Esau would have known that, man, he probably would have never made the thermonuclear missile. But it's too late. You know, if Esau would have known that the Israelites would be waking up by way of the unicorn or the internet, he probably never would have made it. But it's too late, man. You see, Esau's tongue is falling upon him. All right, go ahead.
And the slain of Yahweh shall be many.
Right, man. The slain of the Lord are going to be many. So we just read in the same, a couple 5 verses up, we read about how Israel is going to receive a blessing. They're going to be cut. They're going to be comforted. They're going to be redeemed from the destitute state that they're in, all the way onto the other side of the spectrum about the enemies of the Most High, which aren't only exclusive to the Edomites, but also to these other nations and to especially, man, because the scripture say in Ezekiel chapter 9 that start first in my sanctuary. I'm talking about judgment. You see? So hey, like we read in Acts chapter 14, man. You know, those Jews that knew that they were Israelites, they're gonna get it primarily first because they knew better. You see what I'm saying? They knew that the Most High was coming, man, and they decided to be a lazy dog, not sit standing upon their watch. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that.
Galatians 3 and 4. Have ye suffered so many things in vain?
Woo.
If it be yet in vain, verse 5.
Right. So like I'm saying, yeah. Did you want to go up?
No.
Okay.
I go to 3.
Okay. Reverse.
Galatians 3 and 3. Are ye so foolish?
Yeah.
Having begun in the spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh?
Right, man. So us being blessed and endowed with the spirit of Yahweh Shemi outside, are we so foolish as to let go of those things that we know is more precious than rubies? If you had a ruby, would you just take it and throw it in the sea?
Hell no.
How much more with this truth? Because it said it's not to be compared with rubies, man. You see? So if you got that spirit of, man, I don't know if I'm gonna continue on in this thing because I don't see the end of America. You know, I know the gas price is going up and the value of the dollar is going down, and these nations they keep bucking up against each other. But I don't know if it's gonna happen in my lifetime.
Yeah,
hey, that's the spirit of Satan. You've been bewitched. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Have ye suffered so many things in vain? If
Right.
it be yet in vain?
Right, man. You know, hey, if it's not too late, if you haven't already fallen out of the truth, have you suffered going out in the cold and in the highways and byways and not partaking in the pleasures of having sex with anybody who you want to and eating all types of shrimp and pork and bacon and being able to do whatever you want on a Sabbath day and celebrate Christmas and being looked at as somebody as the cool guy? Have you suffered the casting away of all those things and the pain that it takes to cast off the old man for nothing? You have if you cast his truth away, because all bets are off if you fall out, man. If you stop preaching this word, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, hey, you might be put out of the congregation for a certain thing that you may have done, but that doesn't mean that everything that you learn is nothing, man. You know, that doesn't mean that it's game over. It's game over when you decide in your mind, but damn, like we men that set up, they gonna stick together to the end, man, because they all in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 5. Verse 5. He therefore that minister to you the spirit and worketh miracles among you.
Oh, pause right there. A man that worketh miracles among you. So that means that there's going to be men that work miracles today, because Yahushua wasn't the only man that worked miracles.
That's right.
Okay? The man that worked miracles, is that not a sign unto you? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
He therefore that minister to you the spirit and worketh miracles among you, doth he it by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith?
Right, man. So do we do these things by the works of the law, by saying, oh well, I did my 3 videos, you know what I'm saying? I man, I can't even make up all these excuses, Jake Bate. You know what I'm saying? But basically trying to finesse his way into the kingdom You know, you can't. That's what the wicked scribes and Pharisees did, man. All right, they knew that they were transgressing, but they would have a sacrifice on the side, okay, because they tried to make an atonement for their sins, because, like I said, they knew that they were in wickedness. All right, but we live in according to the Spirit, man. We can't be justified by the law. We got to be justified by the faith that we have in Yahweh, just like how Abraham was justified. You see?
Even as Abraham believed the Most High,
God.
and it was counted to him for righteousness.
God, hey, you know, Abraham believed that Yahweh was able to fulfill that thing that he promised, which was not only him giving Abraham a son when he was up in age, but also making his seed an innumerable multitude, man. All right, and we will see the manifestation of that when Yahweh Bashim Yahushua establishes this earth in righteousness, because that is when life will be able to flourish. Because Yahushua did say that I am come that ye may have life and have it more abundantly. All right, so we're going to be able to see all types of colors more vividly. We're going to be able to be on a higher level of spirituality. Okay, we're going to be able to understand sounds and higher frequencies. You know, and bats can hear certain things, and whales can hear certain things that we can't hear. We're going to have knowledge of all these things, man, of all the vibrations and all the things that you think that you deep on or used to be deep on or getting into. You know what I'm saying? Photosynthesis and astrology and all that stuff, man. Hey, man, we're going to have knowledge of all that, and we're going to be able to basically capitalize off of that and rule the earth, man, like how we should, you know?
Oh, elements.
Yeah, exactly, all that, man. You know, Avatar control the earth and all that. Be able to close Esau up like the Most High closed Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. You'll open the ground up for that nigga and, you know, have him get fall to a pit, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 7, know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham.
Woo, man. Hey, and Yahweh talked about that in John the 8th chapter, man. All right, before he called the wicked scribes and Pharisees the devil, I think it was like the 32nd verse. He said that if you believe in me and you believe that the Most High is and you believe in the Most High, man, then you are of the seed of Abraham. You're gonna do the works of Abraham if you really were of the seed of Abraham. All right, but Yahweh knew that they weren't that they were like actually physically came from his lineage. But we're talking about a spiritual family here, man. All right, because like I said, there's a distinction between a 2/3 and a 1/3.
Right.
All right. Like we read earlier, Matthew and Luke, that the Most High came to divide the household, man.
Right.
All right. So that's something that to keep in mind as well. Is there more? Because I've been there, you know.
Okay, yeah, no, you can. Yeah, you good. You got this is John, I think.
Yeah, that's John 3:1. 1 John chapter 3:1 says, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High.
Right, man. Just to be able to be an Israelite, man. Jake don't need, man, look. Jake come to the understanding that he's an Israelite and still be like, yeah, I don't want to be an Israelite no more. Like, bro, that's the highest rank you can get. Is an Israelite. And you can't change it. You know? Yeah. Esau, that's why Esau wanted the blessing. He was begging Isaac, bless me also, my father, because he knew that blessing, that was the one.
I can say this even contemporary times. Esau, you can see Esau using that covenant on the left-hand side. Look what's going on in our land. Well, he's taking the Palestinians' land. On what premises? Well, the premises of that they're the nation of Israel, and so they have that right to take that land. You see, they're bombing people indiscriminately because they are falsely claiming that they're the lost the Israelites. You see, so Esau don't understand how powerful that covenant is. Look at the Rothschilds. Rothschilds consider themselves Jewish. That was a family that actually established the Balfour Agreement. Why is that? Again, going back to what the brother brought out. Well, they know the power of the covenant. But you have our people, they want to be stiff-necked and follow these other gods, just like it was thousands of years ago. You see?
Hey, but little do they know, man, the name of having Yashar Ali, he is the Prince of the Power. That's a heavy title to have, man. All right, but Jake don't want to be chosen, man. You know, Barakatah. You know, you. It's like you get called to front stage and you get stage fright, man. You can't have stage fright, man. Okay, you gotta, hey, if you're called, man, you gotta be able to stand up to that calling, man.
Right.
You see, you gotta be able to fulfill that that draft. You know, you saw come with the military draft. You know, if you try to run away, he lock you up. Well, how much more the Most High? You try to run away, he'll make a big old fish swallow you, man, like how we did Jonah. You know. So hey, it's a fearful thing to try to evade and duck and dodge. Ultimately, man, if the Most High is dealing with you and you really a prophet, man, this word's gonna burn within you, like it says in Jeremiah, man. All right. You can't deny the Spirit of the Lord being upon you when you see a homosexual walking by in some pink booty shorts. You know what I'm saying? Or two dykes. You know what I'm saying? Holding hands in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Or seeing videos of dudes committing adultery, man, and stuff like that, or Esau feeding dogs to turtles or whatever the hell he did, man. All this stuff is a bunch of madness, man. And it should vex you. Like Apostle Hart said, man, yeah, you should be vexed, man.
Every day.
Be vexed every damn day, man. Because all you gotta do is sit down and think like, damn, I can't chill. Damn. All right, let me get on point. Because you try to chill, you know what I'm saying? You can't chill like how you want to chill. It's like you uncomfortable, man. You know? And good. You should want to be. You shouldn't want to be chilling all the time. You know?
I was about to say you should want to be comfortable.
Yeah. Come on. Is there more?
It says, therefore the world knows us not because it knew him not.
Woo! Hey, that's going how we are of the world to come, and these people are of this world, man.
Right.
Okay? Because they don't know Yahweh Shai, man. They don't try to know him. The Most High don't want them to know him. You know what I'm saying? If you got some people who you don't like, you want them to know where you stay, hell no. Hey, nah, you good. I don't even want to be affiliated with you. But the people who you cool with, hey, y'all come through. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all get to partake in the party, so to speak. You know? But hey, the party is really gonna come in the kingdom, man, which is what we're fighting for. Go ahead.
It says, beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, and it does not yet appear what we shall be.
That's the scripture I was looking for, brother. That's the scripture I was looking for. Cause hey, man, that promise, man, that promise is a heavy thing. Like I said, Esau not gonna be able to be an immortal, spiritual person in righteousness, man. Only the Israelites, man. That should make you like hella thankful. Like we should be constantly thanking Yahweh Shem Yahushai, like I said, for even giving us a chance, man. We didn't say, all right, I want to be an Israelite. You think if we had the choice of choosing what nationality would be, that we would choose to be any other nation other than Israel, man? You know, if we was in our right mind, now our people, you know what I'm saying, they want to be Edomites, not knowing that the Israelites are really going to receive the greater blessing. All right, but hey, man, you know, if everybody was in their right mind, they'd be like, damn, I want to be an Israelite. You see? But that's why, you know, we are made low on this side so that in the kingdom, because this is Bizarro World. I don't know if you ever watch. I used to like watch. What's that old show? No, not Justice League. The something zone, Twilight Zone, the Twilight Zone, and it will always be like these bug out trippy scenes that like you would be like, damn, it ain't supposed to be, something's off. That's this place, man. And then when you come in and realize something's off, then you like, damn, this is way off. Like, damn, I didn't know it was like this. And you start like tripping out. You like, damn. Now what? Oh, I'm an Israelite. That's why I see this, because everybody else walking in their obliviousness, you know what I'm saying, not knowing what the hell's going on. But you the only one to see that this place is messed up. If you ask the guy driving this truck right now, he probably think ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing going on. You know, okay, yeah, Trump and Putin, they ain't friends, but we good. I still got my Tacoma. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing like, bro, this place is gonna be booked, bro. Like, look, we gonna say it, but when we see it, bro, these people are gonna trip out, man.
That's right.
When they see, because there was a video that I watched. There was a compilation of multiple movies that a brother put together, and there was this lady. She was standing inside a skyscraper, looking at a nuke drop, and all the downtown just being completely cremated, man. And she was just crying like, damn, I don't know what to say. They not gonna know what to do, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna be through.
We'll be in the truck like Ghost Rider burning up in that motherfucker.
God, you know?
Yeah.
You know, their eyes are gonna melt in their sockets, man. Hey, and if that's not talking about thermonuclear missiles, please break it down the right way and let us know what it means. All right, is there more?
A little bit more. It says, and it does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when we shall appear, we shall be like him,
Right.
for we shall see him as he is.
We shall see Yahushua as he is, brothers. That should be something that is constantly encouraging. You want to see Yahushua, hey, when we become delivered, Lord willing, with those men that get delivered and they get beamed up into those chariots, man, hey, you might get beamed up into that very same chariot that Yahushua himself is dwelling in, man. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to be able to see these other nations be destroyed for all of their wickedness. And then, on top of that, we're going to have these other nations in captivity. Now, right now, we don't see ourselves like that new Power Rangers that came out. I don't know if brother put that on the WhatsApp, the new Power Rangers movie that came out maybe a year and a half ago or whatever. You know, you had the guys standing up on the platforms or whatever. They were like, yeah, we ready to turn to the Power Rangers. And then, you know, all the dust started swirling around, and then it just, you know, kaput, like ran out of gas because they didn't have no faith. But then, you know, when they started trusting and having brotherly love towards one another, like I said, it's a cardinal example, then they became the Power Rangers. Exactly. They was all in one accord. They wasn't, you know, they weren't thinking negative. When they weren't thinking negative, they was off. You know, they were weak. You know what I'm saying? They had to get ready without their suits. But like I said, through that experience and through that time of trials, they became friends, because we didn't grow up all in the same household, man. But we out here on one accord through the Spirit. Why? Because we agree in one.
That's right.
Okay? We all teach and preach the same thing. We believe the same thing. And that's why if you don't believe the same thing, hey, it's naturally you're going to get ejected out of the body. All right, that's why you can't put certain blood in of a person in a different blood type. All right, you try to put a pint of blood in somebody in a different blood type, the body's going to reject that blood. All right, why is that? Because it's not of the same kind. All right, and so that stuff is going to be rooted out and manifest over the dispensation of time. But we know that, hey, through the Spirit, man, ultimately, after Yahushua comes back, we're going to see those things that we desire to see in their fullness. All right. So just, hey, man, brothers, don't get weary, man. Don't get weak. All right. Because, and if you do, hey, go on a fast. You know what I'm saying? You can always afflict yourself and call upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because we talked about that in 2 Chronicles, the 20th chapter, man. When what's his name? Jehoshaphat, the king, was being besieged by the Ammonites, the Moabites, and Edomites, man. All three of these nations were coming to besiege Jerusalem. And guess what? He proclaimed a fast to the whole nation, all right, or the whole southern kingdom, all Judea and Jerusalem. They fasted, man, and they prayed to Yahweh Shem Yahushua for salvation. All right, same thing in Maccabees, man. All right, when Judas Maccabeus basically strengthened the minds of those warriors that, hey, the Most High is the one fighting our battles, man. We don't have to do anything. And guess what? When you go back in 2 Chronicles, I encourage brothers to read it, because it's a faith boosting chapter, man. When you read 2 Chronicles chapter 20, it talks about after they prayed and fasted to the Most High, they didn't even have to lift a finger, man. The Most High put the Spirit on these other nations to kill each other, man, before they even had the Israelites even had to engage in battle, man. All right, we're not gonna have to carnally go and kill these Edomites, you know, in these bodies that we have right now. We'd never be able to, you know what I'm saying? We'd never be able to win against Esau and his guns, man. Okay?
That's his blessing.
Right, that's his blessing, his sword. So it's gonna take a higher power, man, to offset this kingdom, man. All right, and that's the only power that has the strength to do that and the might to do that is Yahushua, man.
That's right.
You see, so it's important to fear, you know, man, unless the Spirit of the Lord gets taken off you. You know what I'm saying? And you don't fear no more, and then you go back into the category of people that's destined to be destroyed. You know, is there more on that?
That's scripture. And every man that hath this hope in him purifies himself, even as he is pure.
Right, man. Every man that has this faith, this hope in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he purifies himself, man, because he believes that Yahushua is the Son of the Most High. That's all it took was that faith, and then that infirmity that was made manifest on the physical, it got healed, man. All right, whenever certain men believed, all right, they got healed. Those demons got cast off of them, and they were able to walk. They were able to talk. They were able to hear, see. Whatever infirmity that they had, that infirmity was taken off of them because they were made like Yahushua, man. Okay, that pureness and that light entered into them, and it purified them. All right, so hey, our minds are supposed to be purified constantly, daily, man. All right, we're supposed to renew our spiritual body. All right, and our physical body, they wither away, but we don't care about that because the Most High is going to deliver our spirits anyway, man. Our physical bodies can't come into the chariots anyway, you know. So I mean, that was pretty much all I had. Okay, all right. Hey, Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson, man. You know, brothers, continue fighting the faith. With that, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.